Hello everyone and welcome to this week's uh, commentated match for Xiangqi. Now this was part 16 from the top 50 selected brevities from the periodical Qi, and I personally have seen this game several times before. Now red was Grandmaster Ronghua and black was Grandmaster Zhao Guorong. So without further ado, let's begin. Grandmaster Ronghua started off with the central cannon, and instead of playing R1 equals to 2, Grandmaster Ronghua chose to push the 7th pawn forward. Now, if he did not play this move, Black would have the option of playing the 3-step tiger, which was what precisely Black did. And as can be seen, Red chose to slow the development of his right chariot and chose to develop his left flank. Now, Grandmaster Zhao Guorong, who is nicknamed the Northeast Tiger, uh, attacked very aggressively with R8 plus 5 for the cross riverbank chariot. Another option would be to play P7 plus 1, and as can be seen, there are several variations which shall not be gone through over here. If you want to go through them, please go to the bot on this website. And because R8 plus 5 was played, red would be targeting black would be targeting the red pawn over here. So red protected with E9 plus 7. Now in this board, black decided to counter with the deferred opposite direction cannons, which is a very volatile variation. Now this game itself was a stem game, and it affected the way black played this opening over the years, and also affected the evolution of this opening system. And nowadays, it is believed that P7 plus 1 would have been better. And black would be prepared to develop his right flank for a more balanced development of his pieces. Please refer to an earlier board number 8 for more. So in the match, C2 equals to 5 was played. This is also considered orthodox, but it is generally believed that red would have a significant upper hand. So at this point in time, red sacrificed the pawn to try to dislodge the chariot. And red protected the horse in this manner, and by protecting the horse in this manner, he will be prepared to retreat either one of the cannons to the third rank and to attack the chariot after moving the cannon to the third file. And because black had utilized 5-9 cannons formation, the elephant would have nowhere to go, so it would be also placed under great pressure. As can be seen, the moves that have been made a few moves earlier is quite a commonly used tactic. Now, black retreated his horse at this point in time to protect the elephant, and red will be prepared to play R3 plus 2 to dislodge the black chariot if possible. Red chose to develop his left chariot as a rank chariot in this manner, and black continued with P7 plus 1. So far, the moves that have been played are considered orthodox. It would not be a good idea to play C9 equals to 7 at this point in time. Now, there was a short variation that was given. And as can be seen, after a flurry of exchanges, the two red chariots will now be very menacing and be attacking the black horse and the chariot in this file. Red will be prepared to gain material with R4 equals to 2. So this was the variation given in the periodical, and which demonstrates why C9 equals to 7 would not be a viable alternative at this point. So P7 plus 1 was played, and red continued to move his horse to the riverbank. Now, so far, everything is still considered orthodox. And black pushed the pawn across the river, and red pushed his horse across the river too. Black continued to attack very aggressively, and so did red. Now, this move was an attempt to decrease some of the pressure that red was placing on this file. And now, at this point in time, black decided to try to capture the red horse. Now, this would be the start of the highlight of this match. Now, so far so good. In the commentary, it was felt that c7 plus 1 was an empty move. But I ran this position through my computer program, and it would show that red would still enjoy a slight advantage of about 90 points at this point in time. So it would seem that this move would still be viable, not like what the magazines or the earlier commentaries have said. And red's r9 equals to 6 was considered to be a good move at that point in time. Now, however, the computer program suggested r9 equals to 7 to protect the horse instead. So, anyway, in the match, r9 equals to 6 was played, whereby this is one commonly used approach especially when the enemy has a horse at the centroid. So, by moving or developing your chariot to the red file, you'll be prepared to attack the advisors, and also to attack the elephant's eye at the black palace, so that the horses would have a hard time moving around, and the palace would be very congested, where there will be many chances for red to attack. So in the match, black played r6 minus 1. Now again, computer analysis would suggest that black could have simply captured the red horse, but it will lead to many very different variations, which will be beyond the scope of this short video. So in the match, the Grandmaster Ronghua played r6 plus 6. This was the second attempt to offer black his left horse, and in this situation, perhaps black made a mistake of capturing this horse. Now, because of this move, capturing this horse, black was actually placed at a disadvantage, and the advantage that red had amassed by now would become about 290 points. So, since the black chariot captured the red horse, red would immediately command the red file, and now both the red chariots were threatening the red file, and black's palace was placed under great pressure. So by this time, after making this move, the advantage that red had was about 400 points, about 370 to 400 points. Now this was also a third offering, and red simply refused to move his horse. So now black tried to protect this horse in this manner, and however, it was suggested that r1 plus 1 would have been better to protect it would have been better for black, because he would now have protected the throat file, and if red decided to capture the horse could counter capture and still protect the black chariot at this point in time. So red's attack would be diffused. Red again was adamant in sacrificing his horse, so this was the fourth offering of his horse. So now, according to my computer program, this move would be the main reason why black would lose the game, because once black had failed to appreciate the importance of this horse protecting the advisor, and because of this folly, this very serious blunder, black would have lost the game. So can you see the kill? If without looking at the moves here, can you see the kill that red would have prepared? Okay. The first move would be to sacrifice the chariot again. Check. Check. And the cannon would now be moved to the 6th file, whereby black would now be prepared to go for the double cannons checkmate. Now this would force black to sacrifice or to try to move his horse away. Now even if c5 plus 4 were played, black would still lose because as long as red would command the central file with this chariot, it will be basically over. So this was a checkmate by red. And in the actual match, black tried to salvage the situation, but it was too late. h5 plus 7 would not do anything. And again, red moved his chariot to the central file and was prepared to play c5 equals to 6, which whereby there was nothing that black could do. So this was a very short brevity, and to end it so quickly to everyone's surprise. And this is a very good example of how fast-paced a game of Xiangqi could be. Just a small blunder and a wham, everything will be over. So a short recap. The deferred development of the red chariot, the deferred opposite direction cannons variation by black. So far so good. And moving the horse to the centroid is generally discouraged, as can be seen from this example. And black tried to capture the red horse, and this was the first offering. And again, red would simply refuse to move this horse away from danger. And however, black would still have a playable game thus far. And capturing the black edge horse was perhaps one of the beginning blunders that black made, which allowed the red chariot to now command a very important rib file. And this was the lethal mistake that black made. R1 equals to 1 earlier would have prevented all this, would have halted red's attack for the moment, and if black could survive the ensuing attack, the material advantage would become significant, and black would actually be able to turn the tables. And once this move was made, this was a brilliant chariot sacrifice by red. Check. And c3 equals to 6, whereby red would now be prepared to play c5 equals to 6 for the double cannons. Try it as he might, it was too late, and now the red chariot would now command the central file, and there was nothing that red could do. So black resigned. This is one of the more famous games because, first of all, it involved two of the greatest players of all time, Grandmaster Ronghua and also Grandmaster Zhao Guorong. This match was played in 1984, and when Grandmaster Zhao Guorong was just beginning on his illustrious career, and perhaps it will serve to be one of his most bitter memories in Xiangqi. So I hope you have enjoyed this short video. If you like my work, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.